And I need the systemization to be fantastic because I want people who hire me to come onto my group coaching platform to feel like they got a premium experience, right? It's got to be an experience. That's what we're selling. We're not just selling coaching, we're selling an experience and the opportunity to put more money in your pocket, right? Massively obsessed with that. But guess what? It's not the only thing I do.
Welcome to the David Adam Kurz Show.
Hey, what's going on, everybody? David Adam Kurz here with the David Adam Kurz Show. I'm so excited that you're back here with me again. If you like the show, please keep coming back and also hit that subscribe button. If you're watching this on YouTube, subscribe to our YouTube. If you're listening to it on some type of podcast platform, please go ahead and subscribe to that podcast so that way we can stay together and we can keep communicating, and dude, you can keep listening to what we're doing. We're going to be bringing some other really cool stuff up. I have another podcast that I also run called the Freedom Achiever Podcast. This podcast here is where I kind of go off on my own. My Freedom Achiever Podcast is where I bring on guests. So make sure you register to both. If you're subscribed to YouTube, you're going to get, you're going to get notifications anyway when we post that up. But if you're on a podcast platform, go ahead and look for the Freedom Achiever Podcast. There's a couple hundred episodes on there, and that will allow you to know when we're coming up. So we redesigned the entire platform and angle of the show. It's going to be a lot more conversations, a lot more interesting stuff than kind of the same old, this is what you got to do to sell, right? And so I'm focusing on bringing some folks in and really digging into them, their family life, their personalities, things that they do, things that they've learned throughout life. I want to bring massive value to you guys who are tuning into the show. So excited to have you. So today, I want to talk a little bit about, actually, I want to talk a lot about obsession and commitment. And so it's a very difficult thing because, what brought this up was, we did a podcast recently here talking about goals and how January 1st comes and people create goals, and then, things happen and, goals out the window, right? And what that ultimately means is that it just wasn't that important to that person. It wasn't that important to make $100,000. It wasn't that important to make $500,000. It wasn't that important to sell X amount of units. It just wasn't that important to that person, because if they quit on it, then it can't be. Because if it is that important, you would get massively obsessive with it, right? So what's the number one thing everybody does January 1st? They go, I'm going to get healthy. I'm going to get in shape, right? And so my wife and I, we go to the gym consistently 4 to 5 times a week. And we get into the gym this morning, and half the amount of people that were there the first week of January were there today. Now, guys, you're going to hear this kind of late, so I'm going to let you know I'm recording this on January 22nd. That means we're only 22 days into the year, and half the people are gone. There's still a couple new faces, but it's just a matter of another few weeks before a lot of those new faces drop off, and then we're left with the top 10% that decided to take this seriously. They become part of that morning family that everybody knows each other. We walk into the gym, we give each other fist bumps, right? And we get that shit going on. And so what I believe is that if you don't become ultimately obsessed and committed to the task, to the goal, to the craft, then you're just going to fall off. And this is a mindset requirement, right? And what additionally would happen was, my family lives in my house, right? So my mom, my mother-in-law lives in my house, and 2 of my girls and 1 of my girls visits often. She just moved out of my house, right? And so I said to my wife this morning, because I have a home office, I said to my wife this morning, we might have to have a family meeting and let folks know that just because I'm not home doesn't mean that, or just because I'm home doesn't mean I'm not busy, that I'm not working. And the reason I said that to her is because since many of them are home most of the day or throughout the day, they have no problem coming in to talk to you about something, right? And so some of you guys that work from home, you know what I'm talking about, from dogs to kids to parents to friends. Like, you're home, so they just think you're available. And I am obsessed right now with what I'm doing. Like 2024, I don't think I've ever been this obsessed with what I'm doing right now. So 2024, I've got some major goals. So let me tell you what they are, because I just want to express this to you so you can see how much work goes into this and how much obsession and commitment is required to do this shit. Okay. So I am obsessed with my coaching company. I'm obsessed with the redesign of my group coaching platform and getting people onto my group coaching platform and seeing them succeed. That is a massive obsession for me. I am so stoked about this. I even hired a coach to help me redesign the entire business platform for group coaching. Like, you know, he's not changing the way I coach because I am who I am and the way I coach is the way I coach. But what he is doing is helping me redesign the entire business behind it. And he's helping me fix, and I call it fix because I feel like it was broken. It wasn't really great. The systemization wasn't fantastic. And I need the systemization to be fantastic because I want people who hire me to come onto my group coaching platform to feel like they got a premium experience, right? It's got to be an experience. That's what we're selling. We're not just selling coaching, we're selling an experience and the opportunity to put more money in your pocket, right? Massively obsessed with that. But guess what? It's not the only thing I do, right? So I was recently named the president of New World Title Texas. I'm obsessed with Texas right now. Like, I love Texas. Now, some of you are thinking, how can you be obsessed with multiple things? By the way, I'm obsessed with my wife. I'm nuts upon my wife. So for those of you that believe that you can't be obsessed with multiple things, you're out of your mind, because that would mean that if I got obsessed with my job, I got to quit on my wife. No, bro, it doesn't work that way. I'm obsessed with Texas. I love Texas. I live in South Florida. I'll never leave South Florida. I say that out loud because I just can't. This is home, right? This is where my kids go to school. This is where things are happening. This is where my friends are, my family is. And could I move to Texas? Potentially. Am I going to have to own something over there and live there kind of half time back and forth with the wifey? Yes, of course. But I am so obsessed with growing Texas to the next level. I have committed to New World Title that Texas will do more deals than Florida. Not because I'm committed, not because I'm competing state to state, even though I love the competition, but because by the sheer size of Texas, it would be impossible to do a great job over there and not achieve that. And so I say that out loud because I want you to know that it's okay to be obsessed with the two things. And I'm excited about this, man. Like, I am, like, when I got to travel to Texas, I got to sit with people and meet with people and introduce them to the company and do the things that we're doing. Yo, I am ready. I am ready. I am pumped. I'm excited. I believe in the product that I am putting in front of them in both situations. When you hire me to coach and you want to come into my group coaching platform, I believe in the product that I'm putting in front of you. I believe in what I'm putting in your face, right? The other thing is, the title company. I believe in this title company. I know that this title company is the funk. It's the shit. It's got the quality. It's got the people. It's got the staff. We hired the amazing people over there. And so I know for a fact that when somebody raises their hand and says, hey, Dave, I want to work with you, I've got two products that I'm going to put in front of them that are unstoppable. By the way, I still have my real estate sales team in Florida. We still sell real estate. Right? And that is still pumping. It's still going on. And we love our company, LPT Realty, and that's what we're doing. And so when I talk about this, I'm hoping that this helps you spark something in yourself, right? Now, listen, I could go through 4 steps to help you spark up and shit like that, but I want to do that with you right now. What I want to do right now with you is I want to tell you some important things. Number 1, you are amazing. You are important. You are inspirational. You are so many things. I don't even know who you are. I don't know who's listening to this, but you are everything people say you are. You are everything that God believes that you are supposed to be. You are it. So don't quit on yourself. You must believe in yourself. So if I had to give you a number 1 thing, it would be raise your level of confidence. And the only way you could raise your level of confidence is believing in yourself. Believe that you are 100% capable of doing the work. If you can believe that you are 100% capable of doing the work, then you will succeed. Because if you believe it, chest out, head up, chin up, walking into a room, knowing you're the best, the baddest at whatever it is that you do, people will become instantly attracted to that. They will want to be around that. They will ask you, what do you do for a living? They will ask you questions. They will want to know more about you because you exude that confidence. And if you've got the right pitch and the right conversation and you actually do know what you're doing, people will want to hire you. Can you imagine that? Attracting it rather than chasing it. So many of you are trying to chase business because you're not excited about what you're doing. Dude, if you're in real estate and you're listening to this and you're not obsessed with getting it done, you're not obsessed with doing big things, you're not obsessed with selling homes, you don't love the feeling of putting somebody in a home, it doesn't give you goosebumps when somebody buys their first home, get out of the business, dude. It's not for you. It's not for you. Go get obsessed with something. I don't care if it's selling lollipops, bicycles, real estate, earphones. I don't care what it is, man. But get ultimately obsessed and committed to the task at hand. Now, if I had to give you a number 2, I feel like I'm going through the top 4 things, right? If I had to give you a number 2, I would say chunk down the big things that you are creating for yourself and turn them into bite-sized pieces, right? So this is old saying, how you eat an elephant one bite at a time, right? What that basically means is the elephant is the big goal, but the one bite at a time are the small things that you do to achieve the goal of eating the elephant, right? And so there's small things that you do. Here's the crazy part. You chunk them down. The small things that you do, you have to ensure one thing. Guess what that one thing is? You have to celebrate each and every win. I said it. You accomplish one tiny little goal and you celebrate it. You go, okay, this is done. We're ready. Proud of myself. Team, I'm proud of you. Look at your team. If you have a team, I'm proud of you. We achieved this small goal. Now on to the next thing, and on to the next thing, and on to the next thing, right? And little by little, you hit those big goals. Listen, here's why people fail at the gym. Because they sign up January 1st, right? Instead of believing that you can start at any time of the year, by the way. They don't only sell gym memberships on January 1st. They sell them all year long. So you start any time of the year. If you're listening to this right now, last week of January, first week of February, whenever this podcast comes out, guess what? The gym will accept your membership. Okay? And they probably give you some kind of special to do it because they slowed down because everybody quit on their dreams. So here are the top reasons why people fail on the January 1st goal. They go to the gym and it's so packed they get frustrated. That's number 1. Number 2, they don't know what to do. And they don't want to hire a trainer. They just want to figure it out. They don't know what to do. Number 3, because they don't know what to do, they either underdo it, overdo it, or hurt themselves. Or number 4, it becomes a daunting task. It's just something they just don't want to do. So here's what I would say to number 1, joining January 1st and it's full. Don't worry. People are leaving. It's going to calm down. All right. Try not going at 5, 6, 7 p.m. That's nuts. That's bananas. Wake up in the morning, go to the gym early. That's where the grinders are. That's where the entrepreneurs are. That's where the hustlers are. Go do it at that time. Don't go when teeny boppy time after school. Okay. Number 2, what did we say? We said people don't know what to do. Hire a trainer. It's simple. You're listening to me. I'm a real estate coach. I'm a business coach, right? And you're trying to get some nuggets out of what I'm talking about today. Okay. Hire a coach. Hire a coach. It's no different than if you hired a coach for your business and it enhanced your business. If you hire a good trainer, they will enhance your physical appearance. Number 3, underdo it, overdo it, or hurt yourself. Guys, there's so many ways to do this. You can hire a trainer. You can download apps that are available. I use one called Workout. You can do some YouTube research. There are people that you can follow on social media that teach you how to work out for free. There's so many options for you to learn some basic techniques on how to work out. And then don't overdo it. Remember, one bite at a time for the elephant, right? So go in, get some light workouts out for the first month. Get yourself familiarized with the machinery. push your weight and see what you can do and what you can't do. Get comfortable with it. Feel sore. That's a part of the process. Rip those muscles apart. That's a part of the process, right? Feel the pain, feel the suffering. That's a part of success, right? And then number 4, just becomes a daunting task. You don't like going to the gym. So don't go to the gym. Go for a run, go for a walk, go for a bike ride, go to yoga class, go to hot yoga class, go to Pilates, go to Orange Theory, go to circuit something. I can't remember the name of it. Go to CrossFit. There's so many different options. So if you go to the gym and you're just kind of there and you really don't know what to do and it's a daunting task, and you don't really want to be there and you wake up in the morning, you go, fuck this shit, I don't want to do this, go find a different way to do it. The important thing is that you get your heart pumping. You get your blood flowing. And guess what? Once you find something you can get obsessed with, I know people that go to Orange Theory, they're obsessed with Orange Theory, losing hundreds of pounds. Obsessed with it. They love it. They go to a certain time. They see the same people. They get pumped. They get high five each other. That's not my thing. I don't like that. It's not my thing. I like going to the gym. I like picking up heavy things and putting them down. That's what I enjoy. Cardio's not my thing. Running's not my thing. If you're not chasing me, I don't want to run. Right? You better be the boogeyman chasing me. So guys, what I'm telling you, ultimately, these examples are for you to relate to your family, your business, everything else. The idea of becoming obsessed with the task, obsessed with the goal, it's a good thing. I think obsession has been giving a negative connotation, right? Like, oh, he's obsessed, right? So what? He's obsessed in winning at what he's obsessed with. Go, get in it. Focus on your business, focus on your life, focus on your spouse, focus on your kids. Get obsessed with the possibilities of what your life can be, because you are down here and you want to be up here. And somewhere in the middle, there's a pathway, there's a staircase, there's a rocky road, there's all kinds of stuff happening in between. And guess what? You're completely capable of navigating all of them as long as you stay massively committed. All right, guys, I hope this helped you out. Like I said, subscribe to the podcast. Stay in touch with me. Check out everythingdavidkurz.com. Everythingdavidkurz.com will give you links to everything that I'm doing, events, conferences, coaching platforms. My Freedom Achiever Academy is on there. That's for real estate agents and mortgage lenders specifically. Plenty of opportunity, plenty of options for us to grow together. So I'm looking forward to connecting with as many of you as possible. Enjoy the podcast. Make sure you subscribe. Once again, y'all take care.